Sparkies! Hello, AWANA Clubbers! Hello, Pastor Jeff. This is Miss Melissa, obviously. I do have a couple of quick announcements I wanted to let you guys know. First off, we really miss you guys. I did not realize how much we were going to miss you until we did. But it's crazy because we wish we could have AWANA and we really can't right now. We want you guys to stay home, stay healthy, wash your hands, cover your nose, don't sneeze on people, okay? Be nice to your parents. I know that you guys are probably going nuts not getting out of the house. I'm going nuts not getting out of the house. Find something to do, be nice to your siblings, okay? We are going to be having lessons. Pastor Jeff has told me he is going to be posting, I believe, weekly lessons for you guys. So we're going to be recording them, and we will continue with our stick figures like you guys love. Hopefully this is going to work, and you'll see the colors really nicely. But we are going to continue having lessons. The next announcement, we are working with Miss Sue and with Commander Greg trying to get something going for book time. I know a lot of you guys are working on your verses and learning them, and I am so happy to hear that. I cannot tell you how excited that makes me. You guys are not here and you're still working on your verses. So we are trying to set something up so that you guys can still say them and finish your books, okay? And I will let you know as soon as we have something concrete for you guys so that we can get this started, okay? The next one, yeah, not the last one, sorry. But the next one, we are going to have our award ceremony. It will be pushed out because of all of this stuff going on with the coronavirus, okay? But we are going to have it, okay? Therefore, it is important that you keep working on your books because I still want to give all of you guys those book awards, okay? And we can make that happen. We have to work on it, okay? So keep memorizing, studying. I don't know if you got a whiteboard at home, write it down, erase it, that kind of thing, okay? I know you guys can do this. I know that a lot of you are switching to online with a lot of stuff. I know now it's AWANA, church, and a lot of your schools are. I know it's going to be hard. I'm doing the same thing with my school right now, but you guys are all really smart. Just ask your parents when you have questions. Work really hard, okay? It's really important that you guys keep up with your schoolwork. It's going to make you smart, okay? And, what am I missing, Mr. David? The Grand Prix. That's what it is. You guys were all excited for the Grand Prix. I am too. I'm actually still working on my car. You can kind of see it in the corner. Doesn't look right yet, so I'm not going to show you. But we are still going to have the Grand Prix. Commander Greg and Miss Sue are working on trying to get that taken care of as well. They hopefully will be able to have another work day or two because we know that a lot of you didn't get to get your cars cut. But we are still going to have the Grand Prix, so stay tuned. I will let you know again whenever we have more details. Lastly, I wanted to tell you guys, me and Mr. David are still here. Anything you guys need, if there's a prayer request you have, or something really awesome happens to you guys and you want to let us know, we are still here. We would love to hear from you. I'm going to post at the end of our video the email account that me and Mr. David use, and you guys are absolutely welcome. Any questions, thoughts, anything you want to say, just email us, okay? Ask your parents first. It's very important, but go ahead and email us. We absolutely would love to hear from you guys. That is online announcements. So I am going to start it on the lesson. This is the first time I have tried anything like this, so if it doesn't go well, you guys have to let me know, okay? Tell me something, okay? Feedback is always wonderful. So, do you guys remember, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, whenever we met last, what we were talking about? Because I really didn't. So remember we were talking last about Samuel, okay? And he was one of the judges, but he was also one of the guys that God would talk to him, and he'd tell him things like what the Israelites needed to know. Things, I don't remember off the top of my head, but he would tell them things that they should be doing or shouldn't be doing. And then he would talk to the Israelites, and the Israelites would talk to him, and he'd talk to God, and they were really close. Okay, you guys remember talking about that? A little bit at least, maybe? I normally get kind of head bobs, so I'm assuming none of you remember it. But it's awesome if you do. So, all right, so that's what we're picking up. Remember, this little blue guy here is Samuel, okay? And when he started to get old, you remember he appointed his sons to be judges in Israel. But his sons didn't do good things. They were being really bad. And the elders, that's the little orange guy, okay? The elders saw that his sons were doing bad things, so they asked Samuel to appoint a king, okay? And Samuel warned them. He said, guys, God didn't want to appoint a king. God is the king, but they still insisted. They're like, we want a king. Give us a king. Everyone else is a king. So Samuel went and he talked to God. And the Lord brought a man named Saul. He's on this side. Okay, this is Saul, the little green man. Okay, he brought him to Samuel. And he told Samuel to present him before Israel. Okay, and all the Israelites looked at him and they're like, he's really tall. He looks kind of nice. I think he's going to be a good king. And so they appointed Saul as king. Okay. All right. So in the first, is that the right? Okay, there you go. So in the first year, Saul did a really good job of being king. Okay. He listened to what God told him. He did his sacrifices. Like, he was really obedient. But in the second year, okay, the army was called to fight against the people called the Philistines. Samuel had told Saul he needed to wait 7 days and then offer sacrifices, okay? But Saul got really impatient and he didn't want to wait. So he offered the sacrifices by himself. And that made God really unhappy. God told Saul he was going to choose another king, a man after God's own heart. And that new man would be the king. You guys think that made Saul happy? Like, to hear that he's no longer going to be king? Because I kind of think I'd be mad if I was queen and then somebody was like, you suck, you don't get to be queen. Like, I'd be really mad. So, in another time, the Lord told Saul that he needed to completely defeat and destroy a people called the Amalekites. He told him not to keep anything, not to keep people, gold, animals, nothing. Like, don't keep any of it. But Saul didn't obey. He kept all of the best animals as sacrifices. And God again was really unhappy. He told Saul that he didn't want him to bring sacrifices. He wanted him to be obedient. You guys know when you do something wrong, your parents don't want you to bring back like a rock when you went to the river you weren't supposed to. They want you to just listen to them. They don't want your presence. Okay? All right. Here's my next one. Okay? So the Lord sent Samuel to the house of Jesse, okay, to appoint Jesse's youngest son to be the next king of Israel. And you guys are going to know this name, but we'll get more into the next guy a little bit later, okay? This story is about Saul. So he appointed a man named David. So this is David, okay? He told him that he was going to be the next king. And it wasn't because of the reasons like Saul. Like, David wasn't tall and good looking. God chose David because he wanted to serve the Lord obediently. So the Spirit of the Lord came on David, and it was with him from that point on. Okay? And we'll talk more about David. David's a really cool story, but we're not getting into that right now. I know a lot of you know him, okay? So, the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul. You guys remember? I don't know, you probably can't tell. This color right here is purple. You guys remember what purple stands for? I can hear it all like in my head. You guys know that's God, okay? So that's the Spirit of the Lord departing from Saul. And instead, a distressing spirit plagued him. Distressing is kind of like he's sad. He's really unhappy with how things are going. Like, he can't get happy, okay? Which isn't good. Like, in your king, you want somebody who's going to be happy and be able to make good choices and all that, right? So, Saul's servants had a solution. They said, Saul, you should get somebody who knows how to play music. And that should help make you happy again, okay? Should help relieve the distressing spirit. So one servant recommended a man named David. Because David was really skilled at playing the harp. See David here playing the harp? Okay, he's playing for King Saul. Okay, now you know that King Saul, he doesn't know that Samuel has appointed David as the new king, okay? So King David, or future King David, is playing for the king now who doesn't know he's going to replace him. But he's making him happy again, okay? So Saul was king of Israel until he went to battle against a people called the Philistines, okay? He was killed with a bunch of his sons, okay? And that ended his reign. So that's the story of Saul. If those letters are backwards, I will work on it. I didn't think about that until just now. So if those letters are backwards, we'll figure something out. But that says Saul, okay? So that's the story of King Saul. I've got a couple questions for you guys. Feel free to answer just like you would. Obviously, I can't see you raising your hands, so just shout it out, and I will let you know after a little bit what the actual answer was supposed to be, okay? So the first one is, how did King Saul serve God? With a disobedient heart, right? You guys remember he didn't listen when Samuel told him he had to wait to do the sacrifices, and he didn't listen when God told him not to keep anything from the Amalekites. He started being disobedient and just doing what he wanted and not listening to God. So if you said anything like that, you guys are right, okay? Next question. What happened to King Saul when he was disobedient to God? What did God do to him? Remember the purple Spirit of God. That's right. God's Spirit left him, and instead something distressing came on him and made him really sad. Okay? Now this last question is one that I'm going to ask you guys, but I want you to kind of think about it, okay? And I want you to email us and let us know what you're thinking the answer is, okay? So here's the email. And again, I didn't think about the backwards letters. So I'm going to read it to you guys. I'll read it twice. And you should get your parents to remember it. Anytime you're going to email somebody, get your parents. Make certain, because I know a lot of them haven't met us, that they're okay with it. But it's GASTONSPBC@gmail.com. Okay? GASTONSPBC@gmail.com. You can email us at this one for any of the stuff we talked about in this whole video. Okay? Anything in the whole video, just email that email number, or account, sorry. So last question we want you to think about, email it in if you've got an answer, and we'll talk about it at the beginning of the next lesson, okay? So, what do we learn about God from these verses? What does the story of King Saul teach us? Okay? So kind of think about that. Think about what you learned from Saul, and you guys let me know, okay? And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.